Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we're going through a herpes outbreak. That's right, we are amidst an outbreak as we speak. And if you're watching this video and you're also having a herpes outbreak, well, join the club. Join the club. I'm serious. But in like all the jokes aside, I want to make a video literally documenting in real time we're having a herpes outbreak. How did I know? How am I going to manage it? How to potentially reduce symptoms in the future, and honestly, how to live your life despite the fact that you could get outbreaks. Because in my experience, after having herpes for 5 years, I still don't have a clue as to how to stop my outbreaks. You know, I've had periods of time where I've had the most stressful life and no symptoms, and periods of time where nothing's going on and I'm having random outbreaks. And still to this day, I wish I knew how to fully stop the outbreaks without altering my life so much that I hate it. With that being said, over the last 2 or 3 days, I think it was a couple days ago, I engaged in activities with someone. Nothing suspicious happening, nothing suspicious in terms of symptoms. And then I think maybe 2 days later, or yesterday, I started getting the specific nerve pain, okay, the prodromal symptoms. Now, if you've experienced this before, you know what I'm talking about. Typically, I will get within, I'd say 48 hours to 6 hours before symptoms visibly appear, I will get the herpes nerve pain. Now, 75% of my outbreaks have been on my pubic area, and I'll get this like localized herpes nerve pain in a specific area on my pubic area. Then 24, 48, 6, in that kind of order, I'm not good at math, symptoms show up. Some sort of blisters, water blister, ulcer, lesion, just something that looks like herpes. Now you can go online and go to Google Images and like try to type in herpes outbreaks, and you might find a whole bunch of different things. But when it comes to people having symptoms and having recurring outbreaks, it's like a different looking thing that looks like herpes. And the feeling you get before you get an outbreak is a specific herpes feeling. So if you're undiagnosed or you're confused, I'll do my best to help you navigate as well as identify if outbreaks are actually happening. Are we on the screen? Okay, good, we are. I'm just trying to use a mirror here to check the cinematography. With that being said, the outbreak I have currently isn't on my pubic area. Now, the past few outbreaks, they've been in different locations down there. And I would arguably say that when the nerve pain is in my actual genitalia area, it's quite uncomfortable. Uncomfortable in the sense that, like, it's suspicious because usually if you're a guy, your genitals don't hurt unless something is wrong. Versus like if you cut yourself shaving or you have an ingrown hair or something like that, you could have like pubic area pain. But over the last 2 days after this encounter with a young lady, I was thinking like, okay, well, is it just like from doing stuff with her, or is it something else? Or like, what are the coincidences that I'm having symptoms now? Did I get something else? And no, I was safe. But I had the specific nerve pain down there. And I started thinking to myself, is an outbreak going to show up? Where is it going to show up? Is it something else? Now, I don't really ever get the painful urination. That was literally the only outbreak. Sorry, the first outbreak, that was the only time I got it. So I was going to the bathroom and like thinking, okay, everything's fine. I'm not having painful urination. I'm not suspicious of anything else. But the nerve pain was still there. And I would say even half of today, the nerve pain was there. Now, I was looking at my situation from the lens of I could possibly be having an outbreak right now. So I was doing some investigating, checking all around, underneath, pubic area. And it only occurred to me, I was just lying in bed after I got back from the gym today, thinking like, okay, well, let's take a look everywhere. And I look like quite close to, I guess, the urethra. The pee hole on the guy. And there's like extremely small little blisters. With that being said, yesterday I took, here we go. I took about I would say 1,000 milligrams valacyclovir in the morning to deal with the nerve pain, because it could preemptively, if that's the word, preemptively blunt an outbreak from developing. So whether or not this 1,000 milligrams yesterday has prevented my outbreak from fully developing, or my outbreaks are so small that it's not even a big deal anymore. I had tiny little blisters around the hole. And I even took a good look, felt them up. I'm kidding, but I investigated my symptoms to see if it's actually an outbreak because I'm curious. And I think that there's a little bit of tenderness and redness and stuff down there, and it probably is an outbreak. So I went ahead and I took 500 more milligrams today, which is basically just the way I go about treating myself. I think the dosage for treating recurring outbreaks with valacyclovir, it is something like 500 in the morning, 500 at night, repeat that for 3 days. If it's acyclovir, check the updated herpes handbook for statistics. Check it out for dosages on acyclovir and famciclovir if you take those ones, because I don't know them offhand. So now what? What do I do? Well, personally for me, being in a place where I could date casually, or I could date organically, or I could have a thriving dating experience and still disclose my status, a little bit of an inconvenience, There's never really been a time where I was thinking darn, I wish I'm so sad about having outbreaks, or I'm triggered because I'm having symptoms. And I really believe that you don't ever have to be triggered emotionally by outbreaks unless you still need to work through the emotional side. If you do need some help with the emotional side, the stigma, the judgment, the fear of rejection, there's a link in the description box, my 3-step process video for my coaching clients. If you watch that video, we can book a call together and see if it makes sense to work together as a coaching client. Terrible call to action, but it's okay. Where were we though? I just got distracted trying to do a CTA. It's fine. Let's get back on track. I've never felt deeply disturbed when I have outbreaks. It's an inconvenience. Am I going to have to take the week off and go up there and try to heal my outbreaks and wait and I don't know. I'm just herpes outbreaks are popping up here and there. And some part of me is should I try a Dr. Sebi diet? And some part of me is thinking, do you have lifestyle problems that are affecting you? Are you overly stressed? But then the other part of me, which is what's in my control, is realizing that this may just be my situation. Now, it's not victim mentality, pity party, can't change it, but it's kind of I've had a lot of outbreaks. I've had maybe 38, maybe close to 40, because I haven't really tracked them since I came to Bali. But I would say somewhere between 37 and 40 outbreaks in 5 years, which is, 8 outbreaks a year. It's high. It's not completely insane, but it's worse than having 1 outbreak a year. But I've still had the mentality that I can live my life. I can be honest with partners. Nothing really changes other than the fact that maybe I'm a little bit more contagious than some people. Maybe I got to try a bit harder to navigate my symptoms. Maybe I got to be more mindful. Maybe I have to be careful. Maybe, I don't know, maybe someone doesn't want to date me because of that. But I'm never going to let the fact that I'm having frequent symptoms prevent me from living my life. And I don't want you to think that as well, because a lot of people out there think, how am I going to navigate a relationship with symptoms? I had an ex-girlfriend who I would tell her about my outbreaks, and we would look at them together, and it was something you'd think is a joke, but your dream partner out there is going to be compassionate, is going to be understanding, is not going to be turned off by the idea of herpes. It's just that mentally we have this slide or this image of I'm going to get into a relationship with someone who's disgusted by me. And no, that's on you. You never have to date someone who is disgusted by the fact that you have herpes. Your dream partner is out there. Spend some time visualizing your dream husband, your dream wife, and how they're going to treat you despite the fact that you have herpes. And, keep filling your mind with positive images of yeah, they're going to help me when I have an outbreak, and like go to the pharmacy and get some more pills if I need it. And they're going to be romantic still when I'm having symptoms if I don't feel attractive, and they're out there. And the more that you focus on that, the better you're going to have in terms of positive thinking, which then becomes your norm. So if you're watching this video and you're currently going through a herpes outbreak, I got you. I've been there too. We're going through it together. It's going to be okay. Epsom salt bath if it's going to be helpful for you. Take some antivirals if it's going to be helpful for you. Talk to your doctor. Take some lysine if it's helpful for you. Take some immune support supplements if it's going to be helpful for you. I'll leave a link in the description box to the brand that I use. Let me go and get it over here, which I'm a little bit sad about running out of. But I take this immune support from Natural Cure Labs. Do whatever it is that you do when you have outbreaks. Eat healthy, go for a walk, keep your stress down, work through the emotional side of your diagnosis, and realize that it's okay to have outbreaks. Now, you want to reduce them, but I also don't want you to fear having symptoms. Now, there was some part of me, going back to my whole lifestyle and stuff and how I'm navigating this and my mindset right now, that is like very careful around the sensations when I have symptoms. So I've never given herpes to anybody, and you might never give herpes to anybody. And I don't really know like how statistically likely it is to give someone herpes when you feel literally nothing. So you have no sensations down there. But I would argue that like if I was to have slept with someone today without a condom, like it's a higher chance, I guess, if I'm really having, obviously I'm having an active outbreak right now, but like let's say 2 days ago or something, when I'm having these prodromal symptoms coming on, you know, I'm going to avoid intimacy at those periods of time because it's something I can consciously be aware of. And it also gets me thinking about other people who may not know they have herpes, may not think it's herpes. Like if you're not diagnosed and you get weird symptoms and maybe they don't show up fully, or maybe you just have these prodromal shedding symptoms, maybe you still go out there and you sleep with someone. Although some part of me doesn't believe that. Some part of me believes that like if you're some guy out there or some girl who has like pain in their genitals, are you going to be suspicious? If it lasts a couple days, are you going to go to the doctor? I wonder, because like we always talk about, yeah, people out there who don't even know they have it are spreading it around, but like, are they though? Maybe. Or is everyone else just like so test averse to go and get checked? Who knows? Just sort of a rant, lots of thoughts during symptoms right now. Everything's going to be okay. In terms of what you should do, practically speaking right now, or if you've never done this before, is journal your outbreaks. Get a journal, write down prodromal symptoms that you're having, what you're having currently in terms of symptoms, length of symptoms, severity of symptoms, 1 to 10, lifestyle factors surrounding your lifestyle factors surrounding your outbreak, whether it was stressed, whether it was sick, whether it was lack of sleep, whether it was too much alcohol, whether it was all sorts of stuff like that. And I want you, once you have at least like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 over the course of your life, or 37 like me, you can look back and you can try to identify if there is any patterns. Because some people, they're like, what's a herpes trigger? Is it chocolate? Is it peanut butter? Is it red wine? Is it when dogs are at the dog park? Who knows? It's going to help you identify personally for you what your triggers could be. Now, you might end up like me, where you look at your thing and it's like, what's the trigger? Oh, wait, I'm the trigger. I'm the problem. Who knows? But it's going to help you identify what you could possibly change in your lifestyle to see if symptoms go down. A little bit to end the video on a high note. The longer you have the virus, the less symptoms you have. I've probably had 3 outbreaks this year. Sorry, 4, maybe 5. I don't know. Less than 7. So we're on par for having a good year. The less contagious you are, the less symptoms you have, flip it around. The less outbreaks you have, the less contagious you are. The longer you have the virus, the less symptoms you have, and the more it keeps it dormant. Also, the severity of your outbreaks typically goes down, and a lot of people stop having symptoms after a while. If you have them, it's okay. I'm with you. In some part of me believes that, like, wow, there's other people out there who have, like, stopped their outbreaks for good, from drinking a bunch of sea moss and putting a pine cone up their butt. You could try that if you want. I definitely think everyone should try some sort of homeopathic or holistic or natural remedy to stop your outbreaks. Still disclose. For those who still have trouble, join my club. No, there's no club. It's not a link in the bio. It's like join my club of understanding that despite having so many outbreaks, you can live your life. You can date. You can have intimacy. You can be confident. You can wake up every day and achieve your goals and have your dream life and whatever it is that you want to do. Do not let frequent symptoms hold you back. The only limitations are the ones you put on yourself. With that being said, if you feel like you're still held back by your diagnosis, shame, uncertainty, frequent symptoms, stress, don't know how to disclose, I'm going to leave a link in the description box, my 3-step process video to get you educated, get your confidence back, and make disclosure effortless so you can find those loving relationships that you are worthy of. If you want to just fast track the process, book a call via the second link, and I'll see you guys in the next video.